just switched teams. My Aunt Alice used to work for the Stones. Now she sits around the house alone, plays Scrabble on her telephone. I don't know what that means. Out in front of the drugstore lights, we're getting drunk on a Tuesday night. You do whatever you want with your life, I'll do whatever with mine. It just works like that. You learn to live or it breaks your back. I believe Mark Twain said that. Is that right? Oh yes, I'm sure. I used to worry about the way I talk. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore, she said. All the truth is irrelevant. Just look at the president. Can you believe this shit? No, while I was thinking about this girl tried, but you couldn't make time for all of these. Here's some luggage that you never used when you were 7 years younger and you thought you'd do something somewhere else. Oh, and it just kind of sat on the shelf. And here's some art that you thought was good, but it didn't make you happy like you thought it would, and it cost a lot. Oh, but you thought it was worth a shot. So lately you've been selling things, jackets that don't fit, guitars with old strings that just sat on the wall, waiting on a friend. Oh, well, truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Oh, truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them.
Welcome to UnCommon Concerts on the Common, brought to you by the Londonderry Arts Council. 2020 is our 19th season of bringing quality music to our community, and what a year it's been so far for all of us. While actual concerts on the town common have been cancelled for public safety reasons, we still want to give our fans access to great music during the summer, so we'll be streaming live performances through our Facebook page. Be sure to check out our upcoming schedule at concertsonthecommon.org. Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors. During our concerts, we'll also be listing local restaurants offering takeout and delivery services. Please consider supporting these establishments during these challenging times. So spread a blanket, lay out a picnic, kick back, and enjoy UnCommon Concerts on the Common.
Hello everyone, my name is Julie Lee and welcome to UnCommon Concerts on the Common.
Thank you, Julie. I'm Larry Casey, and we're pleased to bring you this UnCommon concert this evening, our response to the very uncommon times that we're all experiencing these days. So tonight we've got a tremendous opportunity to hear a great young talent broadcasting live from New York City, from Brooklyn specifically, Brian Dunne, and we're really excited about having him here. But as we kind of enter the show, we want to feature our sponsor of the week and tell you a little bit about this company. JT Mega is a Minneapolis area ad agency that's focused on serving leading food brands and food service suppliers. And when the pandemic and Minnesota stay-at-home order started impacting the food service industry, JTM's president, Phil Lee, and his team saw an opportunity to help. And they quickly launched a website and social media campaign called Turn the Tables Minnesota with the hashtag Let's Take Out Together. And by encouraging customers to order directly from featured restaurants offering curbside and takeout service, the restaurants were not only able to serve more customers, but they also kept more profit by avoiding service fees from third-party delivery services like Grubhub. And JTM covered all the costs of the campaign, including digital and radio advertising. And what a great way to give back to their industry and community by a great group of people. I also want to mention that JTM was named a top workplace in 2020 by the Star Tribune, the largest newspaper in Minnesota. So in addition to being the inspiration for our own Restaurant of the Week feature in this broadcast, JTM helped us with the rebranding of our 2020 UnCommon Concerts, and the logos you've been seeing in our broadcast were created by them, and we want to give a special shout out to Nancy Hope, Associate Design Director, who created some great designs for us to choose from. So thank you, Nancy, Phil, and the entire JTM team. We're really, really appreciative of the work you did for us. Julie, you want to talk a little bit about the restaurant of the week?
That's right, Larry. And I also just want to call people's attention to the fact that Phil Lee is the brother of Stephen Lee, my brother-in-law as well. And thanks so much, Uncle Phil, for all the great work, and Nancy Hope as well. We just really appreciate your help on that. So the restaurant of the week this week is Superwalk. Superwalk's been in town for a very long time. Great Asian food and takeout, of course. So if you have a hankering for some Chinese/Asian/Japanese food, check out Superwalk.
Thank you, Julie. So we're really excited to welcome Brian to our broadcast this evening. He's a very, very talented young singer, songwriter, performer, and recording artist who grew up in New York State, and he headed to Boston to attend the Berklee College of Music, and that's where we first learned about Brian and asked him to perform at a number of concerts on the Common in Londonderry. So Brian, after college, you
Hey,
moved.
Brian.
Oh,
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
You hear me and everything?
yeah.
Miracle of modern technology. Look at that.
Yeah, you just missed the great intro I gave you. So anyway, Brian, after college, you moved to New York City, where you struggled for a while and then decided if you were going to make it, you had to hit the road. So you toured extensively, released 2 albums, Songs from the Hive and Bug Fixes and Performance Improvements, which were very well received and opened up some doors for you. So tell us a little bit about that phase of your career, who you were working with, and how that experience helped shape where you are now.
Yeah. So yeah, I moved to New York in 2011, and the world did not stop turning when I played my songs. So I immediately hit the road, and I started going to wherever I felt would appreciate what I was doing, and slowly you're starting with 5 people, and then 10 people, and then 10 turns into 20 turns into 40, and then you find yourself with a following in Chicago or or Texas or whatnot, and it's a pretty beautiful thing, honestly. But it was really for the last 10 years, it's been sort of a grassroots, all the way down the line.
Well, that's great. Well, it certainly seems to have worked out for you. And you met Andrew Sarlo while you were in Boston,
Yeah.
and worked with him on a project called the Timber House Sessions, and most recently on your brand new album Selling Things, which we've all been listening to. What are you most proud of in this new release, and what's it like for you to be working with Andrew?
Well, Andrew's one of my best friends, which is great, and it's funny because I feel like I've gotten this question a bunch of times where, he's sort of like indie rock's best kept secret, if you will, but he's just like a friend of mine since we were teenagers, and so working together is honestly, it's a blast. If people knew how much fun we were having during the recording, they probably wouldn't give us money. So, and then I'm super proud of this record. It's definitely the best thing I've made, and I think it. It's a really weird time, but it's an album about strange times. So I think that it holds up.
Well, that's great. And, so the connections you made with Andrew and the relationship that you have with him certainly paid off. We've all been listening to Selling Things. It's a beautiful body of work.
Yeah,
so where can folks get access to this album and also your other music, Brian?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's on, so you can get a physical copy on my website. Wait, I have one right. Look at that. Look, I
Nice.
planned.
It's an actual big album.
Yeah. I have it on my website, briandunnemusic.net. And it's also available on Apple Music and Spotify and all the good places everybody likes to stream their music, or wherever it's available, these days. So you just Google my name, you'll find it.
That's great. Well, we've all been enjoying it, and I really urge our audience to check it out and get their ears on it as soon as possible. So we're looking forward to your performance. And Julie, you're going to talk a little bit about Brian's tip jar. We've got a way for people to, contribute to the cause and help him out a little bit with tips. But before you do that, I think you've got a special announcement to make or something.
That's right. I do, Larry, and this is a very special one. So what Brian doesn't realize is that, but our audience will realize, is that it's become a tradition for here at UnCommon Concerts of the Common to bring in a special guest, a surprise guest, to wish the artist of the week a hello and wish them well on the actual show. And we asked our friend Liv, who also has performed for us on Concerts of the Common, to come in and say hello to you. As you know, was your professor at Berkeley, and he said yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Livingston Taylor.
Hi, Liv.
Hi, Brian. Julie, thank you first for that lovely introduction. Larry, great to see you, but so wonderful to see my dear friend and former student. I'm as proud as I can be, Brian Dunne. Brian, how are you? Are you well?
I'm okay. Yeah. How are you?
No, I'm just fine, thanks. I'm old and beat up, particularly when I look at you. But the thing that's so pleasant and so exciting is to think about you starting your career. And of course, it flashes me back to 50 years ago when I started mine. And that notion that you're on the road, that you're out there, that you're playing, that you're finding that audience, and that I have somebody with not only your talent, because talent is nice, but a talent doesn't mean nothing next to a work ethic, and you're hardworking, and day at a time, step at a time, you get through a very long voyage indeed. So I'm as proud of you as I can be, Brian.
Oh, thanks, Liv. That's really nice to hear you say. I appreciate
good.
that.
Absolutely. So,
That's-
Livingston,
Are you out on Martha's Vineyard?
Yes, I'm on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, cool.
And nobody knows this better than Brian, the COVID. It's funny, my brother is a singer named James Taylor. And James and I have been talking extensively about, he said to me the other day, when does this stop? When does this go back to something resembling what it was? And I said to James that I really think that we need to have a sense of day at a time, step at a time, of taking this very slowly, very methodically, and inventing new places, new ways, like UnCommon concerts, like what you're putting together here. And I think that we can think about basically a year from now things moving back to where they were. That said, there are great adventures to be on now as we find these new paths, and so I'm excited about what's been going on. And I'm just Brian. I've followed your career and I've listened to your beautiful music, and I just I'm so eased and put at ease by the prospect that the future is in the hands of people like you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
so
That's very
Livingston,
kind.
where can our audience see you soon?
Oh, I have. I'm glad you asked. On Facebook, and on Facebook every Tuesday at 4:00. I do a little television show called The Livingston Taylor Show.
Nice.
And I have a theme song that I wrote. And I modeled my show after a show that I used to watch as a kid. And that show was called The Lester Flatt Earl Scruggs Show, brought to you by Martha White Flower. And I loved that show when I was a kid. And it's a half an hour. Want to be mindful not to be too long. Attention spans are short. And so a half hour, 35 minutes, you can let it tweak a little over. But the notion of being in one place and findable is very valuable. So think to that, think towards that, Brian, and think about the idea that you would play and people would have a place that they could consistently find you. And if you're there, they will show up. And
Nice. And
Very.
you'll be in Derry soon. You'll be in Derry, New Hampshire soon.
yes, I will be in Derry, New Hampshire. That's right. Playing at the drive-in, a drive-in concert.
Yeah,
The
the
Tupelo.
Tupelo.
Oh, cool.
And,
I've
and
heard
it's
about
going to
those.
be very, it's going to be very bizarre. I assume after I get through with a song, people will honk a horn or something. Or if they don't like it, I think they'll probably put it into reverse and leave. And if they do like it, boom, flash a couple of lights.
I don't think so. Well, we so appreciate you coming and spending your time and saying hello to Brian. We're honored, really, to have you.
I assure you, I've had many thousands of students, none finer than Brian Dunne, who you're going to be hearing right now. And let the beautiful music begin.
Thank
Thank
you, Liv.
you. Enjoy Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, thanks, Liv.
Bye, Brian. Bye, Larry.
Oh, okay. That was I was not expecting that.
Well, that's why it's a surprise, Brian.
Okay.
You never know what you're going to get here, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
All right, so we do the tip jar.
Okay, so that to me. Now, while Brian is preparing, we're going to speak to his tip jar, which is so very important. As our folks know, here at UnCommon Concerts on the Common, we really appreciate all of those people who are willing to support our artists. So for Brian's tip jar, it's at paypal.me/Brian's Selling Things. Brian is selling it. Sorry, I misread that. Brian is selling things. And we'll put that up on the screen occasionally throughout the concert. So please consider giving a tip to Brian.
Yeah, I'll take it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I feel like the sun is like setting on me right now. I hope that's not a metaphor. But all right. Thank you guys so much. This is a wild intro. Usually my shows just start with nothing. But yeah. Should I get started? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna roll with it. Here we go. Lately you've been selling things, jackets that don't fit, guitars with old strings that you sat on a wall, waiting on a friend. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Lately you've been staying home, waiting out the weather and dreaming alone. It's just a phase, you say, watching the days on end. But you couldn't make time for all of them. Feeling strange, but you don't know why. Disappointed in the meaning of life. Well, just stay inside. You know you don't need that much to survive. So lately you've been selling things, records you bought that you thought you'd listen to at some point soon. You say, I guess it got away from me. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of these. Here's some luggage that you never used, When you were 7 years younger and you thought you'd do something somewhere else, and then it just kinda sat on the shelf. And here's some art that you thought was good, but it didn't make you happy like you thought it would, and it cost a lot, but you thought it was worth a shot. So lately you've been selling things, jackets that don't fit, guitars with gold strings that you sat on a wall, waiting on a friend. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Honey, truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Hey, hey! Good to see you guys. Oh my goodness. Wild. What a wild intro. I was not prepared. I was not prepared. Oh, all right. It's good to be back. These are my books to show you that I've read things. We're coming to you here from the front of my house in Brooklyn, where the sun is blaring into the room, and it is, according to the thermostat, 82 degrees. But I'm not complaining, because honestly, having a thermostat in Brooklyn, New York is like pretty like bougie, you know what I mean? Like it's you know, people really envy that. So let's get into it. Let's get deep. Let's get deep tonight. You got a new tattoo, and you bought a nice pair of shoes to remind you who you used to be when life was something brand new. 'Cause now you sleep a little lighter at night, and you wake up when the sky gets alight, and crawl into the kitchen at dawn, tell yourself it's alright. Swore you didn't want strings attached and to be tethered to the telephone, but now there's no one here to talk to, and you prefer to sleep alone. All the chances that you couldn't take, mistakes that you couldn't afford to make, well, what would it have cost you? When you had a new tattoo, and you were only 22, and you had a hole in your shirt, but there was nothing that you couldn't do. Now you're standing in the vestibule, wondering how they got the best of you. Now that you do your own laundry, now that there's always something pressing you. You swore you didn't want strings attached and to be tethered to the telephone, but now there's no one here to talk to, and you prefer to sleep alone. All the chances that you couldn't take, mistakes that you couldn't afford to make, yeah, well, what would it have cost you? Now your daddy's gonna cover your way, and mama's gonna say it's okay when you call him every Monday at 9, and then tell them that it's going fine. All your friends, they just exhaust you. You could've left, but where would you go off to? And what would it have cost you? So you got a new tattoo to make you feel something new, the sign of a cross on your thigh, and you don't even really know why, but you're hoping that it marks the end of a time that you could just forget. And so you call it a draw for the night, and you tell yourself it's alright. Thank you. Okay. It's great to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I missed you too. I have a really, really good tan right now. You can't tell because I look like a vampire with the sun on me. But I have a really great tan, so I'm very happy to be here. I'm in a good mood. And is it too early for requests? No, you shout them out, but no Blue-Eyed Soul, right? But first, let's try this one. Well, I got up and packed in the evening, shook the sleep from my eyes. There's always something about leaving this city at night. Waited around for a second, then the second was gone. I guess it's about time I should be getting on. And now I'm riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown, thinking about how crazy this life has been lately, and no one's gonna save me now. He said, "Kid, where you heading?" I said, "That's a good question." He laughed and said, "You'll figure it out." But I'm riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown. At 17, I was ready to go on a gust of wind, a lonesome prisoner of my own soul and my innocence. In the homecoming queens with the high school dreams, the early fall, lived out their glorious scenes and died at the shopping mall. And I went riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown, thinking about how crazy this life has been lately, and no one's gonna save me now. He said, "Kid, where you heading?" I said, "That's a big question." He laughed and said, "You'll figure it out." But I'm riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown. Well, some people can say what they want, they just know. Oh, no, no. And others fight to find out, they can only say what they don't. And some people waste the days away, waiting on a reason to live. And some people get dressed, and they go out looking for it. And so I'm riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown, thinking about how crazy this life has been lately, and nothing's gonna save me now. He says, "Kid, all I know is you can stay or you can go, but you better move fast now, pal." And so we're riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown. Yeah, we're riding in the backseat in this old taxi, heading through a tunnel downtown. All right, this is great. The sun has set, so now I can see your beautiful comments. All right, we got a request. We got a request for a new song. This is something I just wrote a couple weeks ago about this sort of very strange thing that's happening now, and trying to find my own place in it, which is hard as somebody who writes about my feelings. This is called Rockaway. Same as it was, same as it ever will be. Isn't nonsense now, sounds like it to me. So I sat for a while on the lip of my stoop, wondering what in the world, what it was I could do. But if I fell on a clue, well, I wouldn't know what it means. So say hey to the zombies out in Rockaway. They live to fight for another day. You wake up in the morning and you're still okay, but God knows where it's gone. Some people want to see the world in flames. Some people want to have a God to blame. I don't want to leave here alone. You know, not in the time that I've been on earth have I taken such stock of what I'm worth. And I can't help but feel a little hurt to find out where I'm at. But what you gonna do, sit around and die, or grab yourself a bagel and say alright? These days bring tears to the hardest eyes, might as well leave it at that. And say hey to the zombies out in Rockaway. They live to fight for another day. You wake up in the morning and you're still okay, but God knows where it's gone. Some people want to see the world in flames. Some people want to have a God to blame. I don't want to leave here alone. I don't want to leave here alone. Or it's just another sign that the end is near. So pack up your things and get out of here. Everybody acts so cavalier when the house is honestly on fire. But someday someone's gonna make some sense, though you might be dead or irrelevant. These truths we hold self-evident, they're nothing but a funeral pyre. So now, baby, in the 10-cent top, I don't wanna scare you with the blues I got. But once I get started, I can't stop, and God knows where it's gone. You know, some people wanna be real well known, written in the folds of a rolling stone. I don't wanna leave here alone. I don't wanna leave here alone. Is it same as it was or same as it ever will be? Or is that useless now? I don't want to believe. Well, if I were king, I could fix all this. Reach in my pocket and cover it, and you'd never even know how bad it all could be. But it's hey to the zombies out in Rockaway. They live to die on another day. You wake up in the morning and nothing's changed. It's either death or methadone. Some people think they got it figured out. Some people get up on the roof and shout and think they're right just because they're loud and so proud of what they know. Some people want to see the world in flames. Some people want to have a God to blame. I don't want to leave here alone. 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 Yeah. So that's what's up. A couple weeks ago, I actually sent that off to I sent that off to Andrew Sarlo, who produced the new record, Selling Things, and he asked me what I meant by I don't want to leave here alone, and I told him I don't want to leave this moment without learning something, and that's what that song is about. But this is a song about what we learn. Here we are at the brink of who knows. You got a good idea, Romeo. I lost faith in luck long ago. I guess I just switched teams. My Aunt Alice used to work for the Stones. Now she sits around the house alone, playing Scrabble on her telephone. I don't know what that means. Out in front of the drugstore light, we're getting drunk on a Tuesday night. You do whatever you want with your life, I'll do whatever with mine. It just works like that. You learn to live or it breaks your back. I believe Mark Twain said that. Is that right? Oh yes, I'm sure. I used to worry about the way I talk. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore, she said. All the truth is irrelevant. Just look at the president. Can you believe this shit? And all the while I was thinking about this girl I met outside a bar downtown. She'd been giving me the runaround. I was waiting for the hint, oh yeah. She said she lived in LA, but now that all of her debts were paid, she'd probably move to New York someday if she could only swing the rent. It just works like that. You learn to live or it breaks your back. I believe Rick James said that. Is that right? Oh yes, I'm sure. I used to worry about the way I talk. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore. Try, but it's never enough. Some days you wanna give up and get a soda with your big kid lunch. You ought to supersize that. Oh, you've been gunning for the prize, and I know it's hard. You got a cynical mind and a big bad heart, it's true. Ooh, that's what I love about you. 'Cause I used to think about the way I thought. My God, I was a goddamn bore. I used to think that I could steer the plot, but nothing matters anymore. I used to worry about the way I talk. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore. Yes. Oh my goodness. So I don't have an Aunt Alice that worked for the Stones, but I do have an Aunt Terry, and she claimed to once almost getting Mick Jagger's car, but then chose not to because she was more of a Keith Richards person. We don't know. Either that story is not true or that's insane. That's an insane thing to not get in Mick. If Mick Jagger, I'll say no more. Okay. What's on this record? I'm breaking stuff. All right, let's do another song about the end of the world, because it's relevant. I don't know what happens next. Perhaps I'm stupid, but I thought more or less there'd be a lesson here for me to discern. Maybe I missed it, or there's nothing here to learn. But if you walk me home and let me ramble, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend, don't let me end this night alone. There's not a light in the sky, and you can almost feel the anger in the motherless night as the gunshots in the projects accrue. But I won't hesitate to take a bullet for you. And if you walk me home and let me ramble, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend, don't let me end this night alone. What else could you have to do? Wake up tomorrow in your lonely little room. There's a chance we could both be dead by then. Life is what happens when you got no plans. And if you walk me home and you just come undone, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend, don't let me end this night alone. Some say that words are just words. I say, send me the chorus, give me verse after verse. I'm just so sick of feeling sick all the time. But just a little back and forth can ease your worried mind. If you walk me home and let me ramble, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend, don't let me end this night alone. So what's it gonna be? They're cleaning off the tables and they want us to leave. We could call a couple cars and be gone. We can be strangers if that's what you want, or you can walk me home and let me ramble. You might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend, don't let me end this night alone. The song reminds me of the phrase. You know what? It actually is the song. The inception of the song was based on that phrase. I was trying to read the "We're all just walking each other home" is a Ram Dass quote, and I was trying to read "Be Here Now" to derive some wisdom from it, but it's a lot of drawings, and I was short on LSD, so I wrote the song around the "We're all just walking each other home" quote. It's very, very good, very good, very good thinking. All right, we got a request for "Here I Go Again." We could do that. Here I go again on my own. No. Sorry, this is the behind-the-scenes action. We got another Brian Dunne in the chat. That's a beautiful thing. Hello, my friend. I hope you're keeping the name strong. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah. The morning comes so early, I did not even know. Jacket on my bedpost, footprints in the snow, and you tell me that you hate me. Well, that I understand. Now I've always been a mess, I guess, and that's just who I am. But you tell me that you love me, don't see how you can, and you're out the door, and here I go again. Oh yeah. Well, afternoon comes quickly, I'm trying to catch my breath. A pill inside my dresser, ain't got nothing left, and you tell me that you hate me. Well, that I understand, and I've always been a mess, I guess, and that's just who I am. But you tell me that you love me, don't see how you can, and you're out the door, and here I go again. Here I go again. Yeah. Well, evening moon is shining, fire burning bright, and I'll call you on your cell phone, pour a glass of wine, and you tell me that you hate me. Well, that I understand. I've always been a mess, I guess, and that's just who I am. But you tell me that you love me, I feel like a man, and you tell me that you hate me, but I don't give a damn, 'cause you're at the door, and here I go again. Here I go again. Ooh, yeah. Very good call. All right. The White Snake cover is official. That's funny. I don't know any other words. Here I go again on my own, running down the only road I've ever known. That's all I know from that song. All right. Let's go deep here. Let's go deep on this. No, you did not. Coming right up. Just for you, Cousin Jennifer. State trooper shined a flashlight through a dark night on the Palisades. Said I was flying, I did not notice, was just trying to focus on the time I made in life and sacrifice. You're just a short ride from paradise and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. You were born in mid-November. The trees were amber, the air was crisp, but darkness fell on your wishing well, where you kept your harmlessness in life and sacrifice. You're just a short ride from paradise and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. Harlem River, moonlight glistens. I watch and listen to the water running by. I flash my headlights across the state line, coming over the Harlem River Drive. In life and sacrifice, you're just a short ride from paradise and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. In life and sacrifice, you're just a short ride from paradise and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. Thank you, guys. All right. Let's see. Hold tight. I think I got time for a few more before they kick me off, so. It's wonderful getting to play for you guys, though, from the comforts of my home and from the comforts of your home. Sometimes I wonder if you're out at the sea. We'll just keep on sailing. The winds will prevail, then forget about me. We're in California on the 2 or the 3. Turn the radio lower and pull the car over and forget about me. But when I roll along the water's edge, and when I walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, I'll be thinking your name and singing your song. I'll be humming your tune. And when I'm driving on the interstate, all the way to the Golden Gate, from the earth to the heavens, well, I don't think I'll ever forget about you. Now if the words that I said should slip into your dreams, I'll just pretend I've misspoken. It ain't worth being broken, and forget about me. 'Cause I've just wasted your time and neglected your needs. Well, put your heart back together and protect it forever. Don't waste it on me. But when I roll along the water's edge, and when I walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, I'll be thinking your name and singing your song. Well, I'll be humming your tune. And when I'm driving on the interstate, all the way to the Golden Gate, from the earth to the heavens, well, I don't think I'll ever forget about you. Well, sometimes I wonder if you're out at the sea. We'll just keep on sailing, the winds will prevail, and forget about me. If you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. And if you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I will lay my love before the heavens above in your company. I don't know why everything's always changing. I don't know why everything must end. Maybe, baby, if we try and just be patient, well, maybe everything is meant to begin again. So if you say that when something goes, that it's gone, who's to say for sure if you're right or you're wrong? So if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. And if you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I'll lay my love before the heavens above in your company. And when you're lost and you caught yourself a world of trouble, and when your God doesn't fix anything for you now, and when the fresh cup of coffee that you set at the table, it doesn't give you more answers than it gives you doubts. Oh no. Well, frankly, I don't know what the future holds now, but only you can decide if you go it alone. Only you know. So if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. And if you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I will lay my love before the heavens above in your company. Oh yeah. So when you ask if there's a reason you should keep on running, I don't know yet, no, but I believe. Oh, so if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home, come back home to me. If you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I will lay my love before the heavens above in your company. Oh, well I said, oh, no, I don't ever wanna watch you leave. But if you gotta go, go now. And you can take your love from me, but you should know that nobody wants to be alone. And I'll be right here should you ever come back home. So I say if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. Come back home to me. If you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I'll lay my love before the heavens above in your company. So if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. And if you wanna stay a while, I think I got what you need. And I will lay my love before the heavens above in your company. And I will lay my love before the heavens above in your company now. Oh, I can never not succumb to peer pressure. We got one more for you. You guys are fun. You guys are crazy. You're just what I want in a group of fans. You're beautiful people. You're beautiful. And I'll be back tomorrow night. I got another, we're doing another live stream for the Acorn Theater in Three Oaks, Michigan. Tomorrow night is a bit of a benefit for them. So, you know, I'll be back with a whole new set of jokes tomorrow. Maybe I'll stand in that corner, or maybe I'll, I don't know, you know. I'll be wearing different clothes. Maybe I'll put my hair to the other side. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild, so tune in. All sitting on the roof of your old place. That's how I'll remember these days, with a 12-pack of bad beer and living on chips. Well, that's how I'll remember this. Your friend's boyfriend's cover band thought they were something, well, they were something, man. My ears will still be bleeding 4 years from now, but we had a good laugh somehow. Now take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe we went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. Well, your ex was a real big pain. Stand around at the bar and complain about the music and the lights as the nights were on. And I can say that I'm glad that he's gone. And all the places we always go, familiar faces we all seem to know, like a freeze frame from a famous scene on your favorite TV show. Now take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe we went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. It's fleeting, life is insane. One day you're young and the next you ain't. If nothing matters in the greater design, well, at least we had a pretty good time. Sitting on the roof of your old place, cigarette and the sun on your face, red t-shirt and dirt on your shoes. Well, that's how I'll remember you. Now take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe we went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. Is fleeting, life is insane. One day we're young and the next we ain't. If nothing matters in the greater design, well, at least we had a pretty good time. No, at least we had a pretty good time. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to everyone over at Concerts on the Common. Steven and Julie and Larry, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Our pleasure, Brian. Really. That was just terrific. I totally enjoyed that.
See you guys later.
Thank you, Brian. A really, really solid performance. And thanks for sharing that new song, I Don't Want to Leave Here Alone. I mean, that is such a powerful message for these crazy times we're in. So thank you for sharing your gift with us and your songwriting, and especially that message tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.
Take care, Brian.
So I'm going to tell everybody about our show next week. But before I do, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to some people that are instrumental in making this happen. Greg Dakota, our friend who performed a couple of weeks ago, works behind the scenes to help us out with sound checks. And we really rely on his musicality, his technical expertise to work through some of the knotholes that we've gone through trying to pull these things together. So thanks, Greg. And we also
Thanks,
want to
Greg.
thank Stephen Lee, the man behind the curtain, who's making all this happen. And maybe he'll show his face here. There he is.
Hello.
There's our
Thank you,
director.
Stephen. We appreciate it very much. So next week, we are featuring Bruce Marshall, who has graced the stage of Concerts on the Common for countless years. I don't know how many times he's been.
I want to say 8.
8 years?
8 years at least, yeah.
It's always a fun time. He's just a masterful musician, a great human being. He shared the stage with a lot of famous people. The first time I ever saw him was him opening up at the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom for B.B. King to a packed crowd, and Bruce walked out there with an acoustic guitar in his voice, and he blew the room away. And I'm really excited about having him here next week. And he did recently appear at the Tupelo Music Hall with his good friend James Montgomery. So tune in next week, same time, same channel, 7 o'clock, Wednesday, July 8th for Bruce Marshall. It proves to be a good show. So thanks for tuning in, everyone, and take care.
Thanks. Stay safe, everyone.
You've been watching UnCommon Concerts on the Common. Weekly music events brought to you throughout the summer by the Londonderry Arts Council. And made possible in part by the generosity of our sponsors.